Hi, I'm Pastor Larry Hoff. I'd like to share something with you out of John chapter 15, verses 17 through 21. These things I command you, that ye love one another. If the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. If ye were of the world would love his own. But because ye are not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hateth you. Remember the word that I said unto you, the servant is not greater than his Lord. If they have persecuted me, they will also persecute you. If they have kept my saying, they will keep yours also. But all these things will they do unto you for my name's sake, because they know not him that sent me. Now, it's not like we didn't know this was coming. Well, we should have known, because we are to listen to the whole counsel of God's word, and Christ himself tells us here how the world is going to treat us. We can act appalled or outraged, surprised, or even stay in our self-righteous state of indignation. Or we can do what we were told to do by Christ: love one another. Don't get me wrong, we should never condone sin, and for Mrs. Kim Davis to hand out a marriage license to a homosexual couple would be condoning their sin. I'm glad she took her stand, and I pray that God blesses her. As I think of how I might handle this situation as a pastor, I can't help but feel convicted. If I'm going to take a stand against the sin of homosexuality, then it sets a precedent in my life. One that requires that I first stand against the sin in my life. Now, since the LGBT movement has become so vocal and their agenda very realized, I've heard many Christians and preachers show their outrage, and many have made their stand public. I myself have decided that I will not be made to marry a couple that are of the same sex. But as I take my stand against their sin, I feel so much conviction about my own. The sin of pride, or maybe unforgiveness. How about my coveting problem, or lusting after the opposite sex? Why is it I don't take as strong a stand against my own flesh? Well, the answer is easy. I love me more than I love them. By the way, that is one of God's greatest commandments, and I've just broken it. Now, the world is going to hate me because they hate Jesus. They don't hate Jesus because of me. If I would actually show them Jesus, maybe he could change their heart and use me to do it and make them my brother. We are instructed to love one another. When someone came to Jesus and said, "Which is the greatest commandment?" The Lord said, "Love the Lord thy God with all thy heart and all thy mind and all thy soul, and to love thy neighbor as thyself." If I would show the love of Jesus, maybe they would know the love of Jesus. I'm Pastor Larry Hoff. Have a blessed day.